Hi, thanks for coming. This is sort of a different take on teleportation that exists in the scientific community. So they're talking about what's called quantum teleportation, and they can do it with small particles, uh, and they use the word quantum entrainment. And so that they're saying that, okay, if we talk about information, the yogis' take on teleportation is a little bit different, quite a bit different. Okay. And they've studied this and know about teleportation from a very long time ago. If you were to read a book called The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali by Swami Satchidananda, it tells you exactly how to teleport. Let me read you out of the Yoga Sutras, which predates writing even. Okay. Okay, so in the third chapter, verse 48, a lot of this stuff I'll have to explain a little bit to you. By samyana on the power of perception and on the essential nature, correlation with the ego sense and purpose of the sense organs mastery over them is gained. Number 49, from that samyana, the body gains the power to move as fast as the mind, ability to function without the aid of the sense organs, and complete mastery over the primary cause, the prakriti. Okay, so those are two verses in the third chapter on talking about attaining superpowers, or the Sanskrit word of siddhis, which means an accomplishment. So this is a statement that's in context of the yogi's understanding of reality. And what we call reality, the yogi calls Maya, or the illusion. And so that we create an illusion that we see as what we call the reality out around us. Most of the time it corresponds to other people's, but sometimes it varies. So yesterday, let me tell you what happened to three people that I talked to yesterday and about teleportation. The first person, he wanted to know how to make his hand, because he wants to fight. I'll give him the name A. A wants to be able to fight and win a fight when in hand-to-hand combat. So he's doing what's called a samyana, or the study of samadhi, in order to make that happen. Okay. And the other two guys, one guy named V and the other guy named M, were a little bit more advanced in the study of teleportation. They did not think he was learning to teleport. He just wanted to have his physical body go faster. But what I reminded him was that when we did a game the year before, and I could make my hand go faster than his, so we played the game where you slap the person's head on top and make it happen. And I asked him, I said, well, did you see what happened when I did that? He said, yes. I said, was it continuous? And he said, yes, I saw it. Well, what I said to him, well, it wasn't continuous. What I did was use the ability to make my hand appear somewhere else. And your interpretation of that action, and you would swear on a stack of Bibles that you saw my hand move in a straight, linear fashion, and I couldn't stop it. So that's what he said to me. He said, no, I actually was able to make my hand move and be on top of you, and you saw that. You interpreted the movement. So this is the idea of the illusion. Okay, so I said, well, let's do a further example. Okay, and one of the reasons why you're not able to make your hand move as fast as your mind is because your idea of who you are includes the idea that you are this physical body, or you are operating a physical body. And so therefore you foreclose the ability to make your hand move as fast as the mind, because you have conflicting thoughts. One says that you're the physical body, and one says, well, no, you can move as fast as possible, but that means you're no longer the physical body. Okay, so let me give you a more concrete example. And I said to V, the guy who was on the call, I said to him, you know, you're able to teleport and go from place to place. And he said, okay. So he said that I want you to reach out and teleport and reach out and tap him on the shoulder. He said, I can do that. So he went and he did it, and found after 30 seconds or so, he says, okay, I'm done. So I asked A, I said, A, did you feel him tapping on your shoulder? And he said, no. Okay. So I didn't go on and explain it to him right then. I said that your illusionary conception prevented you from feeling him actually touching you. And then I said to V, I said, okay, V, what I want you to do is go out and touch. Okay, so one of the things before I said that, I said, okay, so tell me what happened when you went over to teleported and you saw him. He says, oh, he was lying in the bed. And I touched him on the right shoulder. And he says, well, so I asked A, I said, hey, are you lying down? He said, yes. Okay, so how did V know that? Unless he had been there. Anyway, so then I said to V, well, I want you to go out and touch M on the shoulder, who had been much more practiced than A about this. Okay, and so V did that same 30 seconds. And I says, okay, what did you do? And he says, well, I massaged his right shoulder. And I said to M, I said, hey, okay, M, did you feel anything? He says, well, no, I don't know. It says, okay, what did you feel? He says, well, I felt like a twitch on my right hand. It started in my shoulder and went all the way down my arm. Okay. So I said, well, neither me nor V hypnotized you. And he said, no. That that was just a response he had. So what this shows is that M's attachment to the reality, the illusion, the Maya, was weaker than A's. And so the one of the things that I said to A is, okay, how do you feel now that you've heard M's response to all this? Okay, so, and I asked V, how do you feel? Because he hadn't tried something like this before. Okay, so this is all kind of to tell people that are listening to this that the fastest, quickest way to learn to teleport, okay, and by mean teleport means that you can create a physical body in another part of the world or a different reality altogether and have an experience and have the people that you talk to say, oh, I saw you, I talked to you, I can do all these things. See, so Matt, in order to see V, would have to give up the idea that there's a part of him that wants to say this is reality, okay? And so by talking to people, you can find out where their perception of reality is. And what you want to do is you want to figure out on an emotional level. It doesn't do any good to say too much, to say, oh, this is just an illusion and my body's not real. It's when you come to the place and say, oh, my body really is just imaginary. And it's that point that you say that on an emotional level and feel it, that you can teleport. So that so this is a training situation. Okay, sometimes it takes a while to learn all this. Okay, so teleportation is nothing what people tell you is, and the reason it's nothing what they tell you it is because they have a different false take on this reality. It's only when you give that false take on reality is that you can do things that aren't normal. I guess the best image is that you're floating on an ocean, a ship. You're a ship that's on an ocean of thought. And you've dropped anchors just off an island that says this is the reality you're in. Well, the only way you can leave that island is by pulling up the anchor. And it's only then that you can travel and do things that are not corresponding to this reality. Okay, so that was all I just wanted to say and put a marker up so people can see this and can understand what they have to do. Again, I'll hold up the book, The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali by Swami Satchidananda. Thank you for listening as much as you did. Thank you. Bye.